Hi everyone, this is a Ring Central webinar and it's a guide for contact centre remote working. My name is Amanda Henderson and I'm a contact centre solutions engineer for Ring Central. I've been working remote now for approximately 7 years. My colleague Chris will also be assisting in this demonstration.
Hi, I'm Chris Holt. I'm also a contact centre solutions engineer and I'll be walking through some of the demonstrations today.
The Ring Central Contact Centre ensures business continuity. It eliminates the risk of in-office interactions, integrates with the Ring Central Office solution. It's global, it's secure, it's reliable. It encourages smart routing. We have CRM integration, IVR self-service, analytics, and workforce optimization. Ring Central Customer Engagement. Our contact center solution provides inbound, outbound, digital, and it's an open source platform and with a core modern architecture. Here's what your employees will need to get started when trying to work remotely. They're going to need a computer, anything that has a browser enabled on it, so they can access the Ring Central Contact Center. It would be a good idea if they had a dedicated workspace somewhere that they can work quietly without being interrupted. A good internet connection is going to be essential so they can connect back to the Ring Central Contact Center and also Ring Central Office. And a connected headset. We support various different headsets. Chris, have you got some examples?
So we have many different models. I'm wearing a single ear here at the moment, so I can still hear what's going on here. I also have a dual ear wireless model here that sits quite nicely. But there's a whole range of different headsets that you can choose from depending on where you're working and what your preferences are for how you want to utilize a headset.
Okay, once the agent has selected their headset, they're going to need to know the Ring Central Contact Center credentials. These are the same credentials that they would use in the contact center environment to access the platform. So there's no need to create extra users with extra permissions. They can use exactly what they use on a day-to-day basis. Remote agent scenarios. Using your Ring Central phone and a station ID, operating your office setup from home utilizes the Ring Central Office phone application and connects the Mac session to your station ID. Chris, would you like to demonstrate this?
Yeah, absolutely. So I will just share my desktop. Okay, so here I'm logged in as a contact center agent, and what I'm going to do is just launch Max as I normally would when I'm logging into the contact center. And you'll see here I'm presented with my phone number or a station ID. So the station ID is a number that I've been provided by my system administrators that takes away the need for me knowing my telephone number. So if you're logging in the office, these are the same credentials you're likely going to use when you're working from home. So my station ID here, if I click connect, that's going to open up Max for me. And then I can just click connect again to connect to the agent leg. And that's going to generate a call to me. And then I'm connected as an agent. I can now start to make myself available and receive interactions. So Amanda, that was the first demonstration there, where we're using our station ID to connect to our agent like we would if we're normally in the office.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to our next scenario, which is utilizing a telephone number instead. So here we're still going to use the Ring Central Office phone. We're going to connect Max to one of our Ring Central phone telephone numbers, and then we're going to connect the agent leg up. So I'm just going to demonstrate that for you. So here I've launched Max, and instead what I'm going to do, rather than set the station ID, I'm going to set the telephone number instead. And I'm just going to add a telephone number that is related to my extension number on the other side of the screen. Max has launched for me. I can then click connect. That's going to generate a telephone call out to my Ring Central extension. I'm going to answer that, and then I'm going to be connected as an agent. So again, I'm now good to go as an agent as I usually would. I can make myself available and carry on working. So in our third scenario, we're going to look at using the agent desktop toolbar with a different telephone number. So this is where we haven't got the RingCentral phone available to us at all. So we might use our home telephone number or a mobile. We're going to connect our agent leg up to that telephone number, and we would still recommend using a good quality headset. So if you've got a hands-free with your mobile, for example, that has a dedicated microphone on it so that you're not holding a mobile to your ear for 8 hours in a day, for example. So here I've launched the Max toolbar. What I'm going to do is just add a telephone number in here, click connect, and then once the Max toolbar has logged me in, I'm just going to click connect once more. And that's going to generate a call out to my telephone number instead, so that I can answer that. And now I can continue working, albeit outside of a RingCentral phone experience, but with another telephone number for the rest of the day. So our fourth scenario today is using the RingCentral Contact Center plugin. So this is where you've been given potentially a work laptop, but you don't have the ability to install any software on it, but you still want to use the laptop as your audio path. So you're going to log in to the plugin instead, which uses the Chrome browser. Then all of your volume control and all of your mic allowances are going to be through the Chrome settings. We're going to either associate Max with the station ID or the telephone number of that user, and then we're going to connect up the agent leg. So I'm going to walk you through the setup for that. Okay, so to install the Contact Center voice plugin, you're going to go to the Chrome web store and search for RingCentral, and then you'll see that the RingCentral Contact Center voice plugin is here. You can click into that and install that into your browser. I've already installed this previously, so if I click up here on the little cloud icon in the RingCentral colors, you'll see that I can then log in to this. Now this will be your RingCentral Office credentials, so the same credentials you've used to log into your soft phone in the past. These are going to be the same credentials. So I'm going to log in here. Once that's logged in, what you'll see is this is now red up here. So it's showing that the agent leg is disconnected. So if I now go back to Max, so if I just launch Max quickly. Okay, so now if I go to Max, so if I open the Max toolbar and set my station ID, I'm just going to use a slightly different station ID for this example, click connect. What will happen here is as Max becomes available, I click connect, and that's going to join us to the Chrome plugin. And then if I go back to my instance of Chrome, what you'll see now is that this is green. And if I click on that, that's showing that the agent leg is connected. So I'm now ready to take voice calls again. So those were our 4 scenarios of different ways how our agents could be enabled to work remotely. We're now going to move into how to supervise and manage a contact center when it's distributed and all of your agents are remote.
Okay, so this is more important than it would normally be in a contact center environment. Monitoring agents remotely is very difficult, but with the right tools, you can do it very effectively. And the RingCentral Contact Center provides you with the tool to do that. So you can monitor your agents from a distance. You can change agent skills. You can see what your agents are up to, and you can also coach, monitor, and barge. Let's just have a look at the Supervisor product. So the screen in front of you, you can see the RingCentral Contact Center Supervisor display. This is a real-time display. This is telling you what's happening with your agents right now in the contact center environment, although your agents have gone remote. So from here, we can do the management that you would do on a day-to-day basis. I can change agent skills, I can uplift their priorities, I can keep an eye on my service level, and I can react if I need to. But I think what's most important from this tool is it gives me the ability, if I need to actually log agents out. So if I've got somebody who's working remotely and they've left themselves logged in and they're clocking up a lot of unavailable MI time, I can forcibly log that agent out of the platform. I don't need to ring them up. I don't need to tell them to log themselves out. I can do it from this screen, and you can see all that I would do is click that force log out button. The agent would actually get a notification in the Max agent that the supervisor had logged them out. Also, if need be, I can coach my agents from here, so I can listen in and see what they're talking about. I can whisper to the agent so the customer can't hear me, but I can coach them what they need to say. If necessary, I can have a three-way conversation with the agent and the customer. And if necessary, I can actually barge in and take over the conversation. These are management tools that you would be using in a day-to-day scenario within that contact center environment that you can quite easily use when going remote. If you only have a laptop, this Supervisor View actually works really well on a tablet, an iPad, or an Android. So you could have your laptop with your main work area, and you could maybe have this as a side view. So that is the RingCentral Contact Center Supervisor View.
So our final scenario to walk you through today is using Pulse. Now, Pulse provides you with real-time and historical alerts into your RingCentral app. So our RingCentral application that we use to collaborate and communicate with our colleagues, with people at other companies, this can also be used to send information direct from the contact center into that tool, which means that you can be distributed, you can be remote, and still be getting those alerts and be on top of what's going on in the contact center. So if I just walk you through what this looks like. So here we are within the RingCentral application, and we're receiving alerts through from Pulse, letting us know the status of agents or a queue or a skill, for example. Where this is useful is where we are working remotely, where we're distributed, where we might not be able to be in front of, say, a laptop and we're using a mobile phone instead. We can be receiving these alerts and understand what the state of play is within our contact center. So this is something that is exclusive to RingCentral Contact Center and alerts into the RingCentral app. And from this, I can then send alerts to groups of users asking them to assist. So here I've sent a message out to everyone in my group asking if we can get some agents logged in. So we can address those conditions that we don't see as being quite right from getting that result within Pulse, letting us know what's going on. So Amanda, there were different scenarios. Shall we move into different ways of helping and enabling a virtual contact center team?
Yeah, sure.
So Amanda, how about we walk through these 8 hacks to enable remote working within a contact center?
Yeah, sure. So I would say the first one is make sure that if you're sending any of your employees remote, that you give them the right tools that are essential for them to do their job. They can't do them without them.
And I would follow that by making sure that the home setup allows you to work properly. So if you're sitting up in the dining room, at the breakfast bar, under the stairs, in a shed, wherever it is, just try and make it work for you. So if you've got everyone around the house at the moment, then try and get some dedicated space.
Yeah, and a work-life balance is important. So just make sure that if an agent is remote, that you've defined their working hours and they know what time they need to log on and what time their shift ends.
And it's important to keep agents motivated as well. So, rewarding people, potentially using gamification, but acknowledging how people are working and, trying to make sure everyone's spirits are high.
Yeah, and what you can do, you can use the best of video conferencing when you're managing your staff. Switch video on, have face-to-face conversations with agents who are remote, make them still feel like they're part of the team.
And utilize the software within RingCentral Contact Center to boost that productivity and performance. So have a look at the analytics, have a look at reporting, use Pulse to see where you've got hotspots potentially, and then get in contact with us at RingCentral where we can assist you to understand where we could look for efficiencies as well.
Yeah, another great idea is to invite your customers for feedback. Constantly improve, get feedback from customers. What did we do well? What maybe we could have done better if this scenario ever happens again?
And really important as well is to be constantly checking in with people. So be it app messages via the Ring Central app, video calls, weekly calls. If you're doing quality reviews, then why not make it a Ring Central meeting? Have everyone video on, and really keep up as much face-to-face time as you can.
Thank you for watching this webinar. This webinar has been about remote working for contact centre. If you want more information about remote working, please feel free to reach out, follow our website, follow our blogs, and reach out to Ring Central. Thank you.